America. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. Africa, tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. America. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze.
You are listening to African Father in America podcast by Simon Javanokelo, live from Seattle, Washington, USA.
Thank you so much for joining us for another incredible session of the African Father in America podcast. We are live and direct on YouTube, and we are also live on Clubhouse. We are joined by a very wonderful friend and contributor to the show, and also a very, very gifted poet and writer, Chioma Sheri. She's not going to be on the screen, but Chioma is going to be with us on Clubhouse. You will hear her voice in just a second. Hey, Chioma, how are you doing?
Hi, Simon. I'm fine. Good morning. Good morning or afternoon or evening to everyone, depending on where you are. I'm good, Simon. How are you?
I am doing great. Nice to hear your voice. I hope that, the changing weather is treating you well. And I know that, we have a beautiful conversation coming up. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, the weather is actually surprisingly, it's okay. It was actually very nice here yesterday. Like the sun was out, the temperature was really nice. But I feel like overall, this season, I'm handling it okay, better than I would last season. So yeah.
That's beautiful. So welcome Anatola, welcome Stephen, welcome Brother Earth. We are here for the daily African Proverbs. That's the name that this show is very popularly known for. But really, it's another episode of the African Father in America podcast. And as usual, whenever we come here, we come with an African proverb, and our intention is to dissect it and to not just look at these proverbs as mere words or phrases, but we take them seriously because we know that they're words that came from our ancestors and they have deeper meanings. So today especially, one of the things that is exciting for me is that we are going to hear a poem that has been inspired by this proverb. So first, you will hear the three nuggets in regards to the proverb. Remember, the proverb today says that if you fill your mouth with a razor, you will spit blood. If you fill your mouth with a razor, you will spit blood. That is our proverb for today. I want to pin the link of this proverb to the top of our Clubhouse room so that those who have not joined us on YouTube or those who can join us now should be able to do so. We are taking a virtual journey to Nigeria to dissect this proverb and go a little deeper into what does this proverb really mean today, especially in the world that we live in today, where Elon Musk owns Twitter now. It's something that nobody really expected. But now that he owns Twitter, is it that he has a razor blade in his mouth and he's going to spit blood? Only him, maybe only him knows. But we are watching events unfolding. We are watching events unfolding in Russia and Ukraine. We are watching a lot of events unfolding in Nigeria. Actually, there's a massive flooding that has never been seen in over a decade. In Kenya, we are watching a drought that is really killing a lot of wild animals. Elephants, giraffes are being found dead all over. And people are also feeling the pinch of the current situation. So, you can think about this proverb from very many angles, but the most important thing is that, you share your contribution with us so that we hear what is it that is in your mind in this moment. So with those few comments, I want to just share with you that this Nigerian proverb often works as a cautionary tale, offering advice and warning to those who may not be able to see the consequences of their actions. So we prepared 3 nuggets of wisdom here, and I want to share them with you now. Number one is that this proverb is cautioning us against making careless statements because they may have negative consequences. Number two, when we speak recklessly, we may hurt others and ourselves in the process. And then number three, we should be mindful of our words and their potential impact before we say them, because once you say something you can't take it back, so I want to again welcome Mohammed and Ned and Brother Earth and Lavender to our conversation today. And I want to urge you, if you're listening on Clubhouse, take a minute and ping in 3 to 5 people to join us for the conversation, and also share the link to this room right now so that we can bring more members of our community to this conversation. If you are watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Take a minute, subscribe to the channel, and help us grow this little village that we have been diligently building over the last 2 years. With those few comments, I want to invite you, Chioma, to share with us your own perspectives in regards to this proverb. When you heard it, when Lavender sent it to you, what is it that came to your mind?
Hey, Simon. All right, so some of the things that came to my mind with this proverb was just the effects of what you take in. So whether that be like words like gossip or negativity, like what you take in will ultimately end up also hurting you and hurting others. So it's really interesting for this proverb because it says if you fill your mouth with razor, it didn't say like it'll cut you, but it says you'll spit up blood. So it's kind of like you might not see it cutting you, right? But like the outcome or the aftermath will show that like whatever you're taking in isn't wholesome or isn't beneficial or isn't like really what's needed or what's good for you and other people. So this proverb to me was just a reminder to be mindful of like what I consume, So that's pretty much my sort of interpretation of the proverb.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. If you are joining us, my special guest today is Chioma Sheri, who is an incredible, creator, writer, poet, and just someone that I consider, a truly supportive community member. I remember when I released my book, in March this year. For weeks, Chioma bought copies and we gifted them away to people here on this show. Chioma, your kindness for me, I can never forget, but you extend it to so many other people, and this is a really, really special quality that you have that I have to celebrate today. But I want you to gift us with your gift of poetry. Share with us what poem you prepared today that was inspired by this proverb. Thank you so much.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you, Simon. I honestly feel the same way about you. You give so much. You're kind. You're patient. This community that you built is really beautiful. So, yeah, like all of that's gonna return to you. So, I'm inspired by you, and I appreciate you. Um, so for this poem, hopefully y'all ready. It's a little deep, a little bit, a lot of it maybe. Okay, so this poem that I wrote inspired by this piece. I guess I'm gonna title it The Aftermath. All right, so it's called The Aftermath. The aftermath is cleaning, a whole lot of scrubbing, hydrogen peroxide, bleach. The aftermath is questionings. Getting woke up in my sleep by the babies or the nightmares or your night shakes. You'll smile and say, baby, you don't have to eat what I eat, or baby, I don't bring none of that in the house, or baby, I know how to handle my stuff, or baby, I'm fine and you fine. The aftermath is sweet talking. back-breaking, poetic, and uneasy. Don't know exactly what you're eating, but it's eating you quickly, eating me slowly, killing us softly. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. That's beautiful. The aftermath. I love it. I love it. This is really, really powerful. I hope you all enjoyed it too. I always love asking Simply E to, give us her perspective after we hear the poems from Chioma. But Simply E is taking care of family today. And I ask you to send healing vibes to her family member that she's currently taking care of, so she can't be here with us. But typically, if you come on Wednesdays, you will see another poet by the name of Simply E on stage with us on Clubhouse. And Chioma, again, I just love that poem, and I know that some of our other friends who
Hey,
are
hey, Simon. I
yes,
think
yes.
you like for a bit. I lost you for a bit.
Okay, can you hear me now? Hey,
Oh
Chioma.
yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, so which part of what I said did you miss? I just want to make sure I begin from the right spot.
You were talking about like Simply E usually being here with us, and then you said something else, and I lost it. But that could just be me. I might have poor connection.
Yeah. Well, I was saying that Simply is usually here with us, and I normally ask her to just comment after you share the poem. But she's not here today. She's taking care of a family member who is not doing well, so she needs just for us to send her some well wishes. Um, Now, with that, I want to continue on with my conversation with Chioma here, but I want to invite other voices. I see that we've been joined by Kikuyu and Brother Earth and Lavender on the stage, Anatola and Nate. I would love to see you on the stage, and Fola. I would love to see you on the stage. We are here for the African Father in America podcast, but every day when we come here, we come with a new African proverb from a different part of Africa, and today we have a Nigerian proverb. The proverb itself says that if you fill your mouth with a razor, you will spit blood. And every Wednesday when I host Chioma as our special guest, she shares a very nice poem that is related to the proverb. And today's poem really blew my mind. I always say that, today's is my favorite, but next week's is going to be even better. So I'll stop there. And Chioma, I just want to ask you to maybe take notes for a moment. I want to hear what Lavender has to say, what Brother Earth and Kikuyu have to say in regards to the poem you shared with us, in regards to this proverb, and then you will reflect on what everyone has said as we continue on with the show. Thank you so much. And let's hear from Lavender. Lavender, please let us know where in the world you are joining us from, and your perspectives on this proverb from Nigeria and the poem that Chioma shared with us. But before you do that, I want to make sure everyone watching on YouTube, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Lavender, the floor is yours.
Hi, Simon. Hi, everyone. Chioma, I'd like to say that you're one of those best friends someone would want close to them or someone would like to make. I have amazing sisters who support me, but your level of support when you decide to support somebody is never questionable. You're there. I really appreciate that. How you come up with your poems so quickly every week, I can't imagine. And it's beautiful, and I'm just grateful. My thoughts about today's proverb: when you fill your mouth with a razor, you will spit blood. I just It was mentioned earlier, Simon was sharing some nuggets of wisdom about recklessness and consequences, and us being mindful of how we talk to other people, how we handle other people. And to add to that, I'd like to also point out that everything we consume, be it information in whatever form, videos, what you're watching on TV, what you're reading, your food will always determine what or how you'll be in the future, your behavior. So whether they're positive or negative, you learn that in the future. Thank you again so much, Simon. This is Lavender. I'm speaking from Nairobi, Kenya.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love your perspectives as well, Lavender, and I appreciate your continued support. Let's hear from Brother Earth. Share with us where you're joining us from, what today's proverb means to you, and also, your perspectives in regards to the proverb, the poem that Chioma just shared with us. Thank you.
Peace and love, family. It's Brother Earth. Once again, I'm coming out of the North Carolina territory. And, always beautiful vibes. The way Chioma put them poems together sometimes is nothing less than divine. Um, it gives a poem like so much, it adds a dimension to it. It builds layers on the way she put her poems together, and I just want to give her kudos for that. And as far as the African proverb, um, I can't read it right now. I don't see it, but it's about razor tongue, a mouthful of razors, and it causes a lot of blood. And what I'll say to that is, um, we often used to say, my grandmother, her tongue was sharp as a sword. She'll say something and cut you before she realized it. And it wouldn't, it wasn't intentionally, or she wasn't malicious. It was just, that's just how she was. She called it straight. Whatever she saw, she said it just right then and there. And a lot of times, she'd be like, boy, you getting fat, or whatever she wanted to say, she would. And like I said, sometimes it would hurt. And also, when I look at the poem, what it also makes me think about is the saying that, hurt people. And sometimes when a person get hurt, they become bitter. And I would say, a bitter person, or that could be symbolic of the razor blade tongue. And I don't know if you watch boxing or fighting or something like that, but sometimes they say, the person is swinging, they got bad intentions with their swing. And sometimes if a person is hurting or bitter, any and everything they say, they have bad intentions, and they looking to either hurt somebody else or to, I don't know what it is, but I've met people like that, or that's hurt, and I that my heart will never be hurt to that point or place, but that's what the proverb makes me think about. And I'll park my plane right there. Peace and love, it's Brother Earth.
Excellent. Thank you, Brother Earth. I love your perspectives as well. Thank you for your contribution. I want to, welcome Christine. Thank you for being here. Feel free to join us on the stage. I want to invite Kikuyu Crystal. How are you doing today? And what are your perspectives on the poem that Chioma shared with us, and also on this incredible proverb from Nigeria? It says that if you fill your mouth with a razor, you will spit blood. Share your perspectives, please.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me. And I'm sorry, I may have to check out the replay because I came in at the back end of that poem, but it sounded like it was really beautiful. I'm sorry I missed that. Um, as far as the proverb, the proverb caught my eye because I don't think that we're very mindful of not just like what we say, but how things land with other people, right? I think communication is always about intention and impact, and we shouldn't forget that. Um, we should always be mindful. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to maintain a level of mindfulness because we're we can be overstimulated by life. Um, we don't always understand each other's intentions. Where I think a lot of things take up space, but ultimately, a level of mindfulness considers when your tongue, when you're speaking in a very sharp way, and that type of energy can warrant a response back. And not to say that everything that ever happens to you is deserved or reciprocal or karmic, because we know that's not true. Bad things happen to good people sometimes. But I think that in conflict, when things do come your way, and I have noticed this, there are people who see you. Hold on one second, sweetie. There are people who will see you. There are people who will understand. Um, if you've always if you walk with a level of mindfulness, that is how people will see you. Um, there is reason there, and not everything that comes your way is meant to be internalized or meant for you. And when you're mindful in that way, um, not to say that everything is painful or everything will be hurtful, but you will be seen, and that helps with wounds. That helps with blood that is drawn. I think there's more than one ways to draw blood, if I'm connecting it back to the metaphor of the proverb today. But yeah, it just reminds me to be mindful, because when you're not really mindful of how you talk with other people, um, you get that back. You do draw blood in a lot of ways. And that's all I got for right now.
Thank you so much, Crystal. Where are you joining us from, by the way? I'm just asking out of curiosity.
Yes, I'm joining from Atlanta, Georgia today.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I have been following the news in regards to the midterm elections here in the US, and it looks like the battlefront is in Atlanta, Georgia. I see that Trevor Noah is broadcasting from there. Obama was there recently. And I just hope everything goes well, Um, and I want to welcome, Lakeli, and I also see Miss Lashade is here with us. And Roger has also joined us here. Thank you very much. We are, slowly grinding towards the end of our conversation today, and it's Wednesday, so of course we are hosting the incredible Chioma Shiri, who just blessed us with a really nice poem. And this one, the aftermath, Chioma, right? That was the title.
Yeah, Simon.
I love it. I love it. Hey, I think this is a good time for you to just share your reflections on what you heard. Everyone on the stage, share and contribute. And then, if you would love, if there is still time, please share the poem just one more time so that those who missed it can be blessed by it.
Most definitely, Simon. Thank you. And thank you, everybody who shared. I always appreciate just hearing the perspectives from everybody. And thank y'all also for just your kind words about like my poem. I really appreciate that. So for Simon, I'm just gonna go through like some things that everyone said that stood out to me. Um, so Simon, you said that this is sort of kind of like a cautionary tale of like people who don't see the consequences of their actions. And you said being mindful of our words and not speaking recklessly. Lavender, you also said being mindful of how we talk and how we handle other people. For some reason, I don't know, the word handle, like how we handle other people, like really stood out to me. Um, and also, you said everything we consume, your food will always determine like how, like sort of like how your future will be. Brother Earth, you said hurt people. And I just have to point you out because, like, I feel like sometimes when I'm going through my perspectives, like, sometimes I forget points to share. And so when you said hurt people, I was just like, oh my goodness, because the quote that had came to mind for me that I forgot to share is, if you don't heal what you hurt, you'll bleed on people. So that was really in alignment to something that I thought as well. And I just couldn't really, like, I couldn't agree more to the fact that, like, hurt people really do hurt people. And sometimes what we see from people, whether that's like a razor blade tongue, is oftentimes a sign of, like, maybe what they're even going through in the inside of what they're going through in general. Crystal, you said communication is about intention and impact. I love that so much because sometimes I feel like people move with, like, this idea that, oh, my intentions were good or this, but not really being mindful and thoughtful of the impact. So I just really love that communication is about intention and impact, and a level of mindfulness considers our tongue. So those are some of the things that I took away from everybody. I appreciate it again, and I will read the poem one last time so you can catch it this time, Crystal. All right, so this piece, inspired by this proverb, is called The Aftermath. The aftermath is cleaning, a whole lot of scrubbing, hydrogen peroxide, bleach. The aftermath is questionings, getting woke up in my sleep by the babies or the nightmares or your night shakes. You'll smile and say, baby, you don't have to eat what I eat, or baby, I don't bring none of that in the house, or baby, I know how to handle my stuff, or baby, I'm fine and you fine. The aftermath is sweet talking, back-breaking, poetic, and uneasy. Don't know exactly what you're eating, but it's eating you quickly, eating me slowly, killing us softly. Thank you.
I love how just the way you ended it, and also how that is tied to a lot of things that, were said, especially what Lavender was saying, that, you are what you eat, you are what you eat. I love that, Chioma. And just the way you're rhyming, I wish we had a beat on that poem.
Thank you so much, Simon.
Of course,
Thank you
of
for
course.
giving me this space.
Yeah. You're definitely gifted. And now I want you to share with us how everyone who is watching and everyone who is listening can stay connected with you, and also how they can support your amazing work.
All right, Simon. So, y'all can stay connected with me. Y'all can follow me on IG. So my IG is Chioma.Cherie. So that's Chioma.Sheri. And how y'all can support me is by continuing to support this space. And currently, there's two GoFundMe's in my bio on my IG that you can support. So I have a friend who needs help just finishing and paying for college, and then I have another friend whose sister is unfortunately in a hospital. So if y'all can support those, if y'all feel moved to support those or share those GoFundMe, that would be an amazing way to support me. I would really appreciate that. And lastly, I think Simon will be happy to hear this, but I have a workshop that is coming around again next month. Still finalizing everything, but if you follow me on social media, you can definitely stay up to when that is happening. And yeah, that's all right now.
Beautiful. I know the workshop you're talking about. It's the writing workshop. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. If you're if you're a writer, author, amateur, whatever you are, if you love being with people who write, people of African descent who write, from poets to, those many people I mentioned, or if you just want to have fun,
And I'm doing one. I'm actually doing two. So it's gonna be two spaces. One will be specifically, for Black folks, just to have a space, just reserved. And then the second one is open to all. So depending on, which one you want to come to, you can, and they'll all be similar but different. So yeah, I'm looking forward to them. But yeah, everyone will have the opportunity to check it out.
Fantastic. Thank you again, Chioma, for everything that you do, and for sharing your gift with us here every Wednesday. If you are joining us for the first time, I just appreciate you for taking your time. We do this show Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and the African Father in America, which is the name of this podcast, is available on Apple, and we are a 5-star rated podcast there. I would love for you to take a minute, go on Apple Podcasts, and follow and subscribe to the African Father in America podcast, and listen to some of the shows there. You'll really, really appreciate it. We are almost at 300 episodes, this is probably 289. So we are getting so close to 300 episodes. I don't know what we should do to celebrate getting to 300 episodes. So if you have ideas, let me know, and we can celebrate together. And also, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, my handle is at Okelo Javan, and if you do follow me there, tap the link on my profile and you can access some of the work I do, but particularly you can read the blog, because after every episode we write a blog, so that those who can't listen or watch can also read and understand, just the depth of our conversation, and also why we are doing this on a day-to-day basis. Some of our blog posts have been featured on, even recently on the website of the Port of Seattle. We hosted some of their employees, and they were very, very impressed by the content of what we are discussing and doing here. So our blogs are also growing their own legs. With that, I really want to thank Lavender and my team at One Vibe Media for making this show possible. And Chioma, thank you again for everything. Did I not ask you anything that you want to speak about, Chioma, before we wrap up?
No, Simon. I think we're good, and we did good today.
Fantastic. Hey, I see a few of you on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. Sometimes it's just hard to keep up with addressing people on Clubhouse, addressing people on YouTube, and also paying attention to all the buttons and the things I need to be aware of, especially from the producer and host of the show side of things. So I just appreciate you all for always being here, supporting, and standing with us. So if you haven't subscribed and you're watching, this is a good time for you to do that, and really make sure you give this video a thumbs up, because the growth of this platform is what will help us sustain it. So with those few words, and with the beauty of our show today, it's better for us to end when things are still sweet. So see you all tomorrow, same time, same place, same vibe. Peace and love.
African Father in America. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze. African Father in America. Tujikaze, tujikaze, jikaze.
You are listening to African Father in America podcast by Simon Javan Okelo, live from Seattle, Washington, USA.